New York links home efficiency and grid flexibility to energy cost control. New York is using its 2026 policy agenda to address a growing structural challenge. Aging buildings, rising energy demand, and grid constraints are pushing costs higher for households and ratepayers. A set of initiatives outlined by Kathy Hochul aims to tackle the problem on multiple fronts: upgrading homes, expanding grid flexibility, and tightening expectations for large energy users, while explicitly linking energy affordability to system reliability. Aging buildings are driving long-term energy costs. New York has one of the oldest housing stocks in the country, with the median home built more than 60 years ago. That age translates into higher energy use, higher bills, and higher emissions, particularly for low and moderate income households. Since its launch in 2023, the state's M-Power Plus program has helped nearly 42,000 households finance efficiency and weatherization upgrades, delivering average savings of about $600 per year per household. An additional $50 million investment planned for 2026 is expected to extend access to roughly 10,000 more households through free assessments and targeted upgrades. The emphasis is not just climate performance, but cost containment, reducing energy burden before it compounds. Grid flexibility as a cost control strategy. At the system level, the state is pairing building upgrades with demand flexibility. Under the proposed Excelsior Power initiative, customers who adopt smart thermostats and similar technologies would receive a $25 monthly utility bill credit in the first year, in addition to savings from reduced energy use. State officials argue that flexible demand can reduce peak strain, limiting the need for expensive grid upgrades and backup generation. Broad adoption of demand response tools could avoid hundreds of millions of dollars in annual system costs and potentially billions over time. To support scale, the Department of Public Service plans to launch a statewide platform to aggregate participating technologies and simplify enrollment. Uptake remains uneven. Despite more than $1 billion in annual state spending on energy assistance and efficiency programs, participation remains inconsistent. Estimates suggest only about half of income-eligible households currently use the Energy Affordability Program. Proposed reforms would streamline administration across assistance, efficiency, and weatherization programs, while centralizing outreach with the goal of aligning bill relief and energy use reductions for households with the highest energy burden. Sharper expectations for large energy users. The state's approach also reflects a shift in how grid costs are allocated. Data centers and other energy-intensive users are being singled out for driving demand growth without proportional job creation benefits. Through a new initiative called Energize NY Development, the state plans to modernize interconnection processes while enforcing a clear standard. Projects that create exceptional demand must either cover the costs they impose or supply their own power. The goal is to reduce planning uncertainty, improve transparency around grid upgrades, and prevent residential and small business customers from absorbing additional system costs. A signal, not a shortcut. Taken together, the initiatives reflect a broader policy shift. Energy affordability, grid reliability, and infrastructure planning are being treated less as separate objectives and more as interconnected constraints. The measures do not eliminate trade-offs. They do, however, make one assumption explicit. Unmanaged demand and deferred upgrades carry real financial and operational costs states are increasingly unwilling to pass on quietly. You've been listening to Sustainability Soundbites by Environment and Energy Leader. For partnership opportunities, please reach out to our team.